We giving them Bible today. And I love it because, so I think I've talked about this in the show. Proverbs, there's 31 Proverbs. You can read a proverb a day. That's the first way you can start learning to eat, especially as a king, as someone stepping into their kingship, man, woman,
Get
anyone
wisdom.
stepping into their kingship. But what I love is in the Proverbs 31, which everyone quotes and talks about the Proverbs 31 woman. I always say, like, no one talks about the chapter doesn't even start off talking about women in this example. This is a mother of a king talking to her son. Or this is a king talking about what his mother taught him, excuse me, right? And so she's talking to him.
Wait. So it was a good God-fearing woman who taught the king all this
Correct.
stuff?
It says, which his mother taught him. The sayings of King Lemuel contained this message, which his mother taught him. So his mother knew the scroll. This is a thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for showing us
I just had to
another
make
woman
sure.
who knows the power of her words. So much so that a king is writing down what his mother taught him. Talk about being the power of kings who are women. So what she says, she goes on and she tells him a few things, but I bring this up because this always stood out to me. And this is one of those things, and I'm emphasizing this point because it's about this idea of like what's permissible versus beneficial. And she's talking to a king. She says, this is Proverbs 31:4. She said, it's not for kings, Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol. For if they drink, they may forget the law.
Jeez.
I didn't even know that was going to be in there. For if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. Now, this verse gathered me, okay? Because it's one thing when somebody's saying, there's a lot in this verse. It's one thing when somebody's saying, you ain't need to be drinking, right? We established it's not a sin. But what I hear in this verse is the beneficial part. She said that alcohol is for the dying and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. So she basically said alcohol and wine is for people in poverty to forget their distress.
Poor in spirit.
Poor in spirit, right? To forget their distress. They're in pain. So it's like
Temporary
when I heard
numbing.
that, it's like, huh?
They want a temporary numbing.
A temporary numbing. So it's like when I heard that, it's like this is truth. This is truth. This is truth. I never understood why I was around people who were making more money than they ever made in our lives, including me, and we were drinking more. That to me says that we were in experiencing a poverty
in spirit.
And it may not have been, we weren't hurting for money, but there was something that our soul was craving. There was something that was lacking in our spirit that made us numb, that made us build a lifestyle of numbing. And so it's like when I hear this through a king's ear, through the idea of a king, it just makes me look at it differently. When you pick that up, it's like, it's a signal that like there's a distress in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like we say, get curious. Don't judge. It's not about it being permissible. It's about, what is this saying? If this, you know what I mean? What is this doing? It's not beneficial. So why am I picking it up? Right? Like this is a signal that there's something in poverty in my life.